Hey, how's it going? ZmanTheTech here. I want to thank you for tuning in to Snoley Games. As always, I appreciate you very much. And today we're taking a look at the NES30 arcade stick by 8Bitdo, compatible with Nintendo Switch, Android, Windows, Mac OS, and Raspberry Pi, and it was released on August 1st of 2017. And jumping right to it, when it comes to the capabilities of this arcade stick, it boasts 18 hours of rechargeable battery life and 1 to 2 hour charging time, X input, direct input, Mac mode, and Switch mode. It syncs to the Switch wirelessly and can connect to the PC with Bluetooth technology enabled or via USB connection. It's important to note that the direct USB connection is compatible with PC and Raspberry Pi only. I tried to connect it to the Switch via USB and it only charges. You also have the ability to change from D-pad to analog access, along with the turbo functionality. During gameplay, I noticed no input delay or mispresses. The wireless technology used here is actually quite impressive. It being primarily a wireless arcade stick, it makes sense. The arcade stick is very responsive along with the buttons, so I have no issues with it at all. As far as the controls, the buttons in the arcade stick used in the stock unit are passable and I haven't experienced any problems. Thankfully, this stick was built with full customization in mind, and it allows easy access to remove the buttons and arcade stick and swap them with Sanwa parts. I'm okay with the current configuration, but I have considered modifying it in the future. The fact that 8Bitdo made the stick in this way and encourages modification is a huge plus. Another point worth mentioning is that the configuration of the buttons resembles that of an Xbox/PlayStation layout. However, with the recent updates to the Switch firmware, you have the ability to map buttons to your preference and make it applicable to just that device whenever it's synced to the Switch, and it prompts you that it's in effect and gives you the option to revert it back at that moment should you choose to. As far as the design, this stick has a very sturdy build quality, and the look borrowed from the highly recognizable NES controller is a huge homage to the late great Nintendo Entertainment System. As mentioned prior, full customization was left in mind when this unit was designed, and it's worth noting that according to the official 8Bitdo site, that Sanwa parts are recommended if you choose to modify it. So, in conclusion, the versatility of this arcade stick is one to be marveled. With X input, direct input, turbo, and D-pad to axis functionality, there aren't many games that can't be played. Especially between Switch and PC, with the various other platforms that you can use this stick with, the value more than pays for itself. It was $79.99 at launch, and it has since dropped to $39.99 due to the new 8Bitdo arcade stick for Switch and Windows having been released not long ago. It's an absolute steal at $40 for a decent stick with this much functionality. I highly recommend it. And with that said, my final score for the 8Bitdo NES30 arcade stick is 8 out of 10. If you like what you saw, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Remember to keep it locked to Snoley Games for all of your indie game, third-party game, tech review coverage, and sometimes Nintendo and retro games thrown in the mix. Thanks, take care.